Yep, so that's pretty much how I drive, everybody. It's not some crazy special thing. Use what I have and I make it work. That's what you got to do in life. Hey YouTube, it's me, Delana. Welcome back to my channel. You've probably seen my first two videos on how I do makeup with one hand or how I braid hair with one hand. And this is my next video on how I drive. For all you curious viewers out there, this will be my next video on how I drive with one hand. Now, as you can see, I am wearing a prosthetic hand because I use that to drive, and I'll go more into detail about my prosthetic hand later. But first, let's get into driving. So thanks to my lovely daughter, she'll be recording me while I do the driving. And as you can see, if the camera can see, that I don't have any special contraptions on my door or in my seat. Excuse the car and its lovely usedness because I'm on my Dave Ramsey. If you know about Dave Ramsey, put a hand clap in the comments. But anyways, you can see the steering wheel. There is no special contraptions, no special button. Here are my windshield wipers, and here's my signal. My signal here, okay? As I sit in my car like a lady. Ooh, just lost my heel. Okay, so my car is old, like I said, because I am on my Dave Ramsey. So that means I have a cash car because I'm trying to save money and not give all my money to the bank. So here I have the old school turn key. Okay, so the car is on. I grab the wheel just like you do. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Put on my seatbelt. And if you can see down here, excuse the mess, but I have my gears. So my car is pretty much normal is what I'm saying. The car is just like any car. If this was a stick shift, I'll still be able to drive it as well. I can drive a stick shift. I can drive any car. So, but again, this is for you curious viewers. So I'm just going to drive around the neighborhood real quick as my daughter shows the wheel, and maybe while we're doing some driving here, I can give you a quick little story. So, not to brag, but my driving is I think it's pretty good, especially if I had an engine with some more vroom, whatever you call it, some more drive. Here's a quick story though. One time I was driving, and I was on the phone when I was driving, and a woman, I thought she hit my car because the car phone, like it went off when she just jumped in front of me so quickly. I thought she hit me. So I pulled up next to her and I rolled down my window and I was like, ma'am, you hit me. Can you pull over? And she just ignored me and took off. And guess what I did? I chased her. Yes, I chased her with my car. And I chased her for a while. And then I called the cops. And it was a high-speed chase. Me, her, and the cops. On the road. Just zooming down the road. And so I wasn't afraid to do that. I was busting U's. It was like too fast, too furious on the road. And I guess I was driving so aggressively that when we finally, all of us did pull over, the cop, he was upset because he said, "Did you not see me?" I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" He was like, "You almost hit me." I was like, "Ooh, you know what? I am so sorry I did not see you." But yeah, so that's a little quick story there for you. But anyways, as my daughter shows different parts of the car as I drive, I'm going to make a left here around the lake. And again, I use my left hand to hit the signal, my prosthetic hand. And I can hold the wheel with it, as you can see. Hopefully you can see that. I can hold the wheel with it, and I can slightly do some turns with it, just some slight turns with my radio side. If I want to make a right, turn on my signal. I can hold the wheel once again with my left hand. Okay, let me go back this way. Which way did I come from? Let me go back this way. Yep, so that's pretty much how I drive, everybody. It's not some crazy special thing. Use what I have and I make it work. You know, that's what you got to do in life. You use what you have and you make it work.
So, as I show you all the scenery of me driving, I'll just share a little bit more information. Before I even got behind the wheel, when I was growing up, as the oldest, I would always sit in the front seat while my mom drove the stick shift. And I would ask her, how do you do that? She would let me move the gears while she did the pedals and was teaching me how it worked. So in my mind, I actually first learned how to drive a stick shift first. And then when I got older, I got my own car. My first car was a Mitsubishi Mirage Coupe. It had a 6-disc CD changer in the back. Shout out to all the people who were driving around that time or had a car like I did, or remember CDs. Okay, because that was my car and I took care of that car. I really liked it. But after I learned mentally how to drive a stick shift, I learned how to drive a standard car. As I got older, I did eventually buy a stick shift, and I ended up purchasing a stick shift car. Now, when it comes to managing the steering, I do use my prosthetic arm, as you can see here in the video. My prosthetic arm is called a passive arm, or another word for it would be cosmetic, because it doesn't do anything. It's just for looks. Now, mine does do some things. It's manually, you have to move the fingers. But what I like about this prosthetic arm, especially when it comes to driving, because it helps me out a lot, is that I can grip the wheel with that arm. And it's all due to the type of material that I have on it. The glove, it's some kind of material that grips other materials. Like, it's not real silky and slippery. It has a little bit of a grip. So I like the prosthetic arm for that. So it really helps the steering, especially when making turns, as you can see in the video, as I make turns. Now, I can turn with that left hand, maybe not a full 360 on its own, but I can do some turning independently with my prosthetic hand. So it does help me a lot when it comes to driving, and I like it for that. It really works well for me. But again, thanks to all those years of me watching my mom navigate her car, her manual car, even though my first car was an automatic, I actually learned and know how to drive both automatic and manual stick shifts. So yeah, I can handle a clutch.
I wanted to go in there and see if they're...
So that's the story. My driving journey started early, fueled by watching my mom handle a stick shift. And my first ride was a Mitsubishi Mirage. Driving with my prosthetic has always been my normal, and that little bit of grip on the glove makes all the difference. What was your first car? Let me know down in the comments below. I love to hear your stories, and let me know if this video was inspiring or it helped you learn something new today. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. As well, subscribe if you haven't already. My next video is actually going to be about my prosthetic arm. I'll go more into detail about that. So if you want to know more about that, check out my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.